Hello, hello, it's Veru, and we are starting a new series of Pillars of Eternity. I've wanted to finish this game for a while. I had a longish run going. I've already said all this, but unfortunately the game wouldn't start after that, so I'm re-recording this whole bit. Anyway, I'm looking to play Deadfire now that it's come out, and I want to just make sure I finish this game first. So we're going to go in. We're not going to play it on... I'm playing one game on the side on Path of the Damned with an all-customized party, but I think for this game... And just to remind me of all the plot points, I'm going to play just on hard. And I'll pick characters who specifically come through the game. You know, companions that the game produces. So, okay. I'll try to shut up here. It's a really beautifully drawn game. You can tell a lot of the art assets are hand drawn. It really shows, and it's quite beautiful.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Oh, what a fortuitous illness. Stopped us ramming into a tree. Okay, character creation. One of my favorite bits of any game ever. We're going to go male. And let's see. I'm planning on building a character who's mostly going to be at range, so we're going to go elf, wood elf, to get that bonus to accuracy, deflection, and reflex from being more than 4 meters away. Okay. And I have never actually played a Cipher, so I'm going to play a Cipher. I like that I start with stealth, lore, and mechanics. Yeah, Cipher it is. Okay, now first choices. So antipathetic field. Corrode damage, beam damage. I only get, what, 2 of these? So it requires 10 focus. 10 focus, 10 focus. 10 focus, 10 focus. So they all require 10 focus. So that's... Ooh, charmed. Charming is fantastic. I think this is going to be my crowd control person. I'll have other people doing most of the damage. Confused is pretty handy. Damage, eye strike, blind. Yeah, I think we're going to go with blindness and charmed for now. Those sound pretty hot. That's versus accuracy. That's versus will. Okay. I'll have other people doing stuff versus reflex, so that is fine. Now, I could trust what this game says, but... Okay, so I need to have high perception for accuracy. It's also good for conversations. I'm going to tank my constitution a bit. Not too much. Tank my might a bit. I'm not planning on being the primary damage dealer. Let's pump dexterity a bit. Resolve. And perception, we're going to put crazy high. Does that make sense? It increases my accuracy and my reflex significantly. Oh, give me a minute to think. So I'm reading a little bit of stuff online, and it seems like people are saying that, honestly, this is making a cipher that's more about speaking is not a big deal. This begs the question, what are the ranges on this? 7 meters, 10 meters. This is not very long range. 10 meters. Confused instead of 6 meters. Ooh, that's awfully close. I'm still going to take it. Let's see. So we are going to drop our resolve significantly. Pump up our might for a little bit more damage. I will drop my perception a little bit. Give me a bit more. This is a game kind of like Underrail where you benefit from really min-maxing quite a bit. We'll just try that. What's this one? Eye Strike, Whisper of Treason, and Soul Whip. Okay. Now, because I am going to be exporting this character, I'm actually going to make them Deadfire, because that way when we go to play the Deadfire game, hopefully that'll actually lead to some stuff there. When we do get the new thing, I want to be able to export that. Stealth and survival would be fantastic. What else with survival? Athletics and survival. Lore and survival. We'll go with athletics and survival. I'm an ex-slave. Always down with the white-haired elves. I think so. Can we change your head? Oh, he looks friendly, doesn't he? Let's see. More. Yeah, that's a bit closer. And let's see, it's more of a greenish tan. More like that. Maybe more just tan. Yeah, that's fine. Hair. I just like matching my portrait. I don't know why. No, not quite. That might be the closest. Yeah, I'm going to go back. What was that? 8? 13? 13. Yeah, we'll just stick with that. Next.
Yeah?
I'm flattered.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah. Silence surrounds me. Yes?
I shall lead us. Ha! The better part of valor. Leading the way. Attack!
Quickly and quietly.
I've got this.
Death to our enemies. Ready when you are. I'll lead the way. You're mine.
You're mine.
Yes. Now I am the leader of the group.
Yeah? Watch and learn.
Show them how it's done!
I'll take a peek.
This one sounds a bit like George Clooney. I'll go with that. Can we guess? Can we guess what the name will be? It was obvious. It was always going to be that. Okay, let's give it a shot. Now, this is hard, so it's not going to be ridiculously difficult. It's a bit more challenging than normal, but it's nothing like Path of the Damned, which is really tough.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Yeah,
Grow
we're
in a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear.
I wonder what the effigy
Of course,
is.
all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear. Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much. Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
What kind of weather
This
did
time
they
of
get?
year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep. Kalisha. Kalisha! He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
Oh, thanks, Kalisha.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Damn.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Okay.
You're the man. Let's get going
Hey
before you
there.
keel over.
So, I have mechanics 1. I will need a lockpick to be able to get in there. It's an interesting kind of game mechanic here, which is that, as you can see, you do need lockpicks to be able to get through things, and they do get used up. But the higher your mechanics, the more you can do it
I
without
see
lockpicks.
where you're going with that.
Yes, please.
There. What did I tell you?
So I've played this beginning so many times. So I'm just going to go around, grab some stuff. Look at some horses. What's up, horse? Okay. So our first little goal here is just to make sure we check everything out. Okay. Somebody
Not looking
knocked
forward
that
to trying
tree
to lift
over.
that thing tomorrow.
That was intentionally done, clearly. That is the shop dude, but as of right now, we're probably going to sell him a bunch of crap, but hey,
I'll
Sparful.
have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Well, it is. By its nature, a stream is always going downstream. I mean, it's the stream, I guess the bed doesn't, I don't know. I don't know how you want to phrase that. Okay, so, first of all,
Hey there.
you, sir. I've got Gon's Pledge. Let's put that on. I've got a little space pig. Let's put that on.
Sure.
Oh, wait, nope. Let's change formation. I would like you up in the front. You down back here.
Hey there.
And there we go. So,
Hey there.
can I soul whip these dudes? Where's my soul whip ability, yeah? So I start with focus at 7, huh?
What you need?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had a soul whip ability. What's that about? Where's that thing?
Hmm?
Guess I'm gonna have to punch fools. How about you be on our side, dude? There we go.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Yep. Good times, good times. So much easier than on Path of the Damned. Even this fight on Path of the Damned is like
Sure.
decidedly harder. There be my
This is
berries. So what's a slave doing in the free paladin of Dyrwood? Guessing those marks on your back didn't come from loving caresses. Well, I'm Deadfire, so I was a galley. Really. Ship was wrecked. Yeah, we've all got things. Let's see, hope they never track us down. But I always did like it. It makes a girl think. No, I'm just passing through. Probably gonna wander for a while. Yeah. Well, tell me about yourself first. Why are you here? Sister, sent you a letter. Okay. Okay, your sister's better than you. Doesn't sound hard. What can you tell me about Dyrwood? Okie doke. Used to be part of the Aedir Empire. Broke off after a war. Locals here are feisty. Weird things going on. Okay. Let's get back to camp. We gotta go get our
Hey
water
there.
first, but you might not know this, but don't get the water immediately. Because you want to be able to sell all the stuff you're not going to be using to the dude. And once you get that water, the whole game shifts a bit. You have to deal with some hostility from other people. No one wants to deal with that. So, let's go fast mode, eh? No, this way. Okay, more lockpicks, yay! Ba-ba-bum-bum.
What a surprise. Sparful. This is recent. Not good.
So that's the thing you don't want to pick up. Yep.
They'll never know I'm here.
Very nice. Now the question is, and often is, do I want to keep the Disappointer? Which, let's take a look at it real quick. You can see it's got bypasses 6DR, and it's honestly a pretty decent pistol. The biggest problem it has is this accuracy damage problem from being terrible, but that will be removed once it's enchanted. If we enchant it to fine, for instance, or accurate rather, that'll get rid of terrible, I think. Anyway, it can be enchanted to get rid of any of its negatives, but it's also worth a bit of early game money. So, hard choices. Okay. I think we've looted everything. Let's go back to Hayden. Oh wait, there might be some more loot stuff up here. Let's see. Yes. I never did look at the Adra.
Still waiting on Sparfell, which means he's ignored me. I'm sorry. You want your water? You better go find.
Shit. Come on, let's.
So yeah, this game swears. So don't watch it if you don't like that. Let's see. Hey, dude.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need? I'm
Who
a
are you?
trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
Yeah, you'll do fine.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night. Because it seemed friendlier than Raid Saris? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Sounds reasonable enough.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raid Saris and the Dyrwood. About 150 years ago, Dyrwood won its independence from the Empire. A fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
Okay, that was all very interesting. What have you got? Let's see. What have I got? 150. That's not very much. Actually, before I do this, what am I wearing? Do I have decent armor on? Hide armor versus... I'll take a little bit better damage reduction. Sell the hide armor instead.
Something else you need? Looks like we...
Yeah, you can have the hat. Take my beer. And honestly, you can have both of the potions. Early money will probably be more helpful. The 150, I could sell my ring, but I don't have any healing. And the ring's pretty useful. Do you have a hatchet? No hatchet, huh? Well, bother. Anyway. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go find Sparfle then. By find him, I mean just go do this thing. Let's see. Actually, wait. I should get a bow.
Something else you...
Hunting bow, war bow. What's the difference between a hunting bow and a war bow? 12 meters, 16 to... Much better damage. Hunting speed is fast, speed is average. I'd rather apply damage quicker. Okay.
Hey there.
Yes, I'd rather apply damage quicker, hopefully get my focus up quicker. Gonna give this a little quick save, and... Sparfle no longer carries his bow, strangeness to his gait, labored breath.
Sparfle, are you all right?
Ooh, got arrow in his back. And of course, we stand here just going, oh, what's that about?
Ambush.
Okay, you intercept. You intercept there.
What you need?
Okay. And now blind that fool. 20 seconds, you're blinded. We don't anticipate too many problems from you, do we? And wow, so much easier than on Path of the Damned.
Hey there.
This is gonna be a much easier game. Path of the Damned, however, I wouldn't want to try with all the followers. I feel like for that difficulty, I really feel it's important to have custom characters. Come on. One more hit. And we can... Go get that guy. Oh, I can't tell you what to do, that's fine. Come on, one more hit.
That looks
And we can blind this dude.
like it hurt.
And now he's blind, we can both work on the Huntress. Okay, she's doing fine. She got fighter recovery. And he's still blind. Yep.
Sure.
Not a problem. And now we got some hatchets. Hatchets are great little early weapons because they have a if you see +5 deflection. So 14 to 20 crush, slightly less damage, but better defensively. And since this character is not primarily an attacker in that sense. Okay, let's quick save. Okay. Limbs. Oof. Ruin has not been sullied by our hands. I'm smart enough to pull this off. Yeah. Why would that stop you from killing innocents? Okay. Good, good, good. You get in there. You start taking out the leader.
What you need?
You. Blinding strike. This guy's gonna be a problem, so why don't we get him? Okay. Shot. Let's get you. Excellent. Everyone is doing okay-ish. You, please, get in there.
I'll get the neck.
And you can what? You do not have athletics 1. That's we should really get you a bow as well. Ah, poop. Let's come around the back. I should give you a bit. Oh. There we go. Forgive us. I am ready. Wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and when it pierces you, you feel as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Odema's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Okay, this is a Buick. Buick. Definitely does not look like an ordinary storm. Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off of your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hayden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers who had been feigning death lunges for Hayden and topples him onto the rocky ground. I've got high dexterity. Bam. Pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. Diving onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hayden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There's a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight.
Was that?
A Buick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Hey there.
Voice acting is actually really quite good in this game. What's that? A lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by falling rubble. Oh, was there going to be stairs down? That's a shame.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
Windstorm, of a kind they only get in. Too many people live through them. So it's hard to know what's true. Is Buick to them a god way of reaping souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out? Okay, who attacked us? Hut dwellers. Okay, they said we trespassed. Okay, either they saw something, got the wrong idea, or there's looters in here. Everyone's dead. She's pretty hard, isn't she? Now, funnily enough, if you let him get wounded, if you let Hayden get actually wounded, they'll have a conversation about how he needs to heal up and rest. She's like, nah, no, we don't have time for that. And then she'll basically leave if you do rest, and he'll die if you don't. So you end up with only 2 people. So we're gonna come back later.
Let's be careful.
We're definitely gonna want to come back later to untrap this whole area. Now we're not gonna mess around with those symbols right now. Those will do is turn off some of the traps, but I actually want the XP from untrapping them later. Okay, dude, so let's get you a bow, please. Okey-doke. And then we can head on forward. Nice. Archery, OP.
And that's how it's done.
And yeah, I know I could use a soul ability here, but there's just no point. They're dead too quickly. Okay.
What's that muck on the wall? Be quiet.
Okay. Oh god, this... I can't believe I still have not gotten fully over this cold. This cold was such a nasty piece of work. You got that little gem I need? Yes, you do. Let's head on back. Again, I've played this. There are bits in the game, including the expansions, the White March and the White March 2, which I've not played at all. So, assuming this run goes that far. Details of the head. One eye socket is empty. Place the gem in. And there we go. But if we do get that far, it'll all be going in blind to those bits, because I've never played any of that. And very nice. I'll take all of this. And let's make sure I get that on. So. I could go poleaxe. That might be fun. It's not long, so never mind. I've got a cloak. Look at me, I got a cloak. Yay! Okay, so we are doing fine. Run.
Wait, do you hear that?
Yeah, it's just some dudes. Ain't no thing. With 2 archers with reasonable dexterity. Mincemeat. Let's go. Yeah. Have some meat. Oh, that dude was hungry. He's just hungry. Gotta feel bad for little hungry dudes.
Take a look at the wall.
Okay, let's chisel. There we go. Now, what we want to do here is we're trying to avoid any conflicts we can get away with avoiding.
I could scout ahead, see what's around the corner.
What you need?
Until we are able to get back here with some people who aren't Spoiler alert, gonna be dead any second.
Hmm?
That's close.
Yeah?
Okay, so we'll come back and kill those
Fresh
dudes
air
in a
in
bit.
here. I think we found an exit. Sounds like the storm path, too.
These guys, however, we will not be able to avoid. Might as well blind you. Not really that big of a point, was it? Did not accomplish much. Okay.
They'll never know I'm here.
Now we got bigger spider problems.
That looks
Yep.
like
Go
it
for the big
hurt.
one. And you blind these dudes. You blinded too? You're properly blinded though. Yeah.
Bullseye.
And so easy. Glorious.
Hey there.
Get some bits. Get some more bits. And let's... Oh, wait. Unfortunately, helmets in this game don't do anything unless they are special helmets. Normal helmets, however, are whack and crap. So. Four figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out amongst them. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with two protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
Okay, so this is some serious Queen That Was kind of stuff. And he knows how to start this weird pottery machine. That evidently sucks the souls out of dudes. And then starts a Beowick. So this dude knows how to start Beowicks. Sounds like a friendly, fun guy. I'm sure we will never come into contact with him or conflict with him again. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black, unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours, and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions. Questions that must be answered, or... At the base of the pillar now you see a man with a thick grey beard and ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. Everybody dies but me. You waken to find your malaise is broken, only to be replaced by something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing. Which, by the way, I'm not probably going to have the sound on the game turned up so loud that you'll be able to hear this, but there are little whispers at the edge of my hearing right now. Movement flits through your periphery, and when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary, paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place. Flesh and blood, replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Heodan and Kalisha lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Let's grab all that good stuff. So now... my goal is... oh, dude's being tortured. Gross. My goal is to get as many of the companions I'm going to be able to take in the game before I get any more XP. Now, there's going to be some limitations on this, but my hope is to get my full party as soon as possible. Yeah, go away, go away. Weird burning at the stake person. I got nothing to say to you. We'll take all of your vessel flesh, though, for later. And any plants you have ready. So, on our way to Valewood. Gilded Vale, rather, through Valewood. Now...
slow down. We got time to catch our breath.
I can get 3 dudes pretty easily, without much concern. In order for me to get the remaining 2... actually, no, I can get 4 dudes pretty easy. Let's see. Yeah. In order to get my final guy, it will take a bit more effort. So, we're only going to be able to get 4 without getting experience.
They'll never know I'm here.
Let's stealth through, make sure nobody gives us any crap. We'll come through and clear out the zone once we have our crew with us. Oh, hello, sir. We will just give you a wide berth. Which, if you don't know, comes from nautical terms. The berth of a ship, B-E-R-T-H. So, makes sense that our Deadfire galley slave would know that word. Yeah. Okay. Gilded Vale, we are here. And we don't need to hide anymore. We're in town. Oh, what a charming place. Look, they've decorated the tree. Creepy. This is a good intro to let you know this place is not good.
Settlers, welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
I feel at home already.
We'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
What do you animate, mate?
An infant born without a soul, of course. Lord Radric has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
I wonder, does he include people who hear things after surviving a Beowick?
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
Okay, but you were saying?
I forget that you blah 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 don't have blah blah blah.
Scourged on the drive over 15 years, from born without souls, pitiful dumb things that breathe barely but do not truly live. Some say the hollowborn are a disease. Some say that they are punishment from the gods. Yeah. In truth, no one knows, but they began spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name Waidwin's legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. Okay. Lord Radric's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understands our rules. I saw some people doing like a ceremony. I probably saw someone attempting new ritual to appease the gods. Bareth have mercy, we certainly have. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I have to tell you about this?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
You guys are dicks.
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
Yeah, you're... Oh, we got bells. For whom the bells toll.
Listen!
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
2 tolls is good.
3.
3's bad.
Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully.
What happened? Vagaries of childbirth? What do you mean? Does this affect the offer to new settlers? Go stay at the inn. Fine. At the inn we shall stay. We're gonna go up through the North Pass, and we're gonna go up here. Then I told her, that's not the pistol. Yes, filthy humor, filthy, filthy humor. Disgust me, cretins. Oh, hey, puppy. Oh, yeah, you're a good puppy. See all these dudes with golden names? These are people who were inserted by the Kickstarter backers who funded the game originally. We'll pick one at random to show you. You see a long empty road cutting through 2 large crop fields. The air is silent and the land seems too still for early afternoon. This woman walks slowly on the road, leading a horse, curiously looking around. She seems to sense something wrong, but is unable to discern what it is. She stops, sniffing at the air, her nose high. Her brow crinkles and she casts about, looking for something. The air is clear, no clouds. She sniffs again, still looking around, confusion clouding her face, mouthing a single word. Fire? She talks to herself. Okay. She looks out across the field, her confusion turning to fear. She holds her hand up to block the sun from her eyes and scans the fields again. Not finding what she was looking for, she jumps onto her horse's back, the fear quickly becoming panic. She kicks, sending the horse shooting down the path, which bends around some trees to where the farmhouse should be. She pulls up short, horror now in residence on her face as she stares at the burned and charred mess that used to be her family's home. Tears well in her eyes as she kicks again, racing to the rubble. So each one of these dudes has like a little story about how they got here. Some of them are a bit like bad, I guess is the word that you might use. They're not well written. And some of them are actually pretty okay. But because I don't have the time to sort through them on camera, we're going to get around this by not looking at any of them at all, ever. Okay? Good. I'm glad we're clear. So, let's pop down here. I can take this. That's free. That's free. So if something is stealing, rather than just, you're free to take it, there's a whole little different symbol, which I'll show you in a second, because I'm about to steal. That's the stealing symbol. But if nobody sees you, nobody cares. So, what is up, Pasha?
How do you do?
Would you like a drink or a room? We have two available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today unless you're fond of cold porridge. You only serve porridge. Okay. And your cook's been... Your cook hasn't come back. Well, I'll find him for you. I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Poor hound's behind, and that's who it's named after. Okay, can I have a room? Can I just sleep in the common room? Thank you. Ooh. That looks like an Audra formation and weird biowacky things going on. So that happens a lot of the time. We're not going to sit through it each time. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like mouldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Okay, we're going to go visit the dead dwarf woman. As you do. As you do. Sometimes. So, go out through there. Head out down the stairs. See what we can see, yeah? La-dee-da. And I know we're going the long way around. We're just trying to avoid having our little interaction with Aloth at first. Sup, dead lady? Squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there's a tepid warmth to it, and you somehow feel that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Focusing on your objective, exhale, feel spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her. There's a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing of electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes? No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be. Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me now.
Oh, I like her.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animatic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think. Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
What happened to me?
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
A watcher? Watcher, okay.
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties. You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Okay.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though. And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animatic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed. A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But The best of us? The best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Dyrwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
I know what happened to her.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Oh, I got an ability. Crucible of the Soul. Watches, unravels the vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. Endurance is basically
17
health.
and a half.
Okay, 17 and a half. What? Looks directly in eye, but look is not aggressive. Peculiar
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
What are you talking
The
about?
people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway. Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
I like Eater.
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman, huh?
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Impossible, I don't drool half as much. Around here, I prefer to turn blind-eyed, or did. Do you know what a watcher is?
Best not use that word round here. There'd be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers.
I'm a cipher as well.
Same thing in the eyes of folks around here.
Yay!
Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be.
I am.
Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all.
What's that supposed to mean?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
What's your town having
God, that's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Vathus worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Dyrwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Sorry to hear that, dude.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
If you're gonna be hanged, why are you still here, dude? If I haven't figured out where he's going, well, you wanna come with me? Gonna go meet an old
I remember
watcher.
hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree. All right then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as...
Yeah. Come on then. Let's go pick up somebody else.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
What's going on? He's mocking you.
Go on. Say it again.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
I'll cut that barrel-looking tongue out of your head.
Oh, I love...
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
That's where you're wrong.
Guys, I don't think you should attack him. Well, he's reaching for something. It's either a wand or a throwing dagger. Yeah, you guys should go away.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Yeah, glad I
Courtesy
could
is
help.
a rare pleasure in these parts. Though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
Yeah. Oh, he's got nice leather work.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service. Well, I'm
Tell
a
me about
wizard by
yourself.
training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here? In Gwithan Ruins? Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there? And you survived? I've heard
Yeah.
such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
What are you doing here in
Excellent
Gildenvale?
question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
I've been experiencing strange things of late.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. And he has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Look, I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Wizard? Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Come on.
I shall...
Okay, we got things to do. Let's get going. We got to go visit Merwald. Hopefully not get absolutely killed. How long have I been recording? Real quick. Oh, way too long. Okay, so we're going to pop into Magrin's Fork real quick, and then we're going to stop the video. I hope you've enjoyed it thus far. It is a very conversation, text-dense kind of adventure RPG. You know, it's definitely not. It's going to be a long one. It's if I decide to keep playing through it. That'll probably depend on whether or not anyone's enjoying it. If you'd like, I could, instead of letting people do the full voiceovers, I could just have the, leave the text up for a minute and you could pause it and read it if you wanted to. But I kind of like the voiceovers. I like the personality and the production value that went into the voiceovers. So, yeah. Meantime, take care of yourself. Have a good day. You'll hear me when you hear me.